Hi, good morning students. In this video, there are 100 bits with answers from Coordination 5th chapter of 10th Biology. It helps you easy and quick revision. Answers are with suitable diagrams for easy understanding and long memory. Which systems control coordination of various functions in the body? Nervous system and endocrine system. Which is the structural and functional unit of nervous system? Nerve cell or neuron. Which part of the neuron consists nucleus or micelles granules are present in? Cyton or cell body or soma. Expand CNS. Central nervous system. Expand PNS. Peripheral nervous system. Central nervous system consists of brain and spinal cord. What are the parts of the brain? Brain has three divisions: forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. Forebrain consists three parts: olfactory lobes, cerebrum and diencephalon. Midbrain has optical lobes. Hindbrain has two parts: cerebellum and medulla oblongata. Name the nerves that arise from the brain. Cranial nerves. Name the nerves that arise from the spinal cord. Spinal nerves. Peripheral nervous system consists of cranial nerves and spinal nerves. How many cranial and spinal nerves are present in human beings? 12 pairs of cranial nerves and 31 pairs of spinal nerves. Total nerves present in peripheral nervous system is 43 pairs. Name the fine projections arise from the cell body of the neuron. Dendrites and AUXIN. The long projection that arises from the cell body is called AUXIN. The AUXIN is surrounded by a specialized insulatory sheath is called myelin sheath. Myelin sheath is made up of Schwann cells. Myelin sheath chiefly consists of fatty matter. How many neurons are present in our nervous system? Around 10 billions. What is the functional region of contact between two neurons? Or name the minute gap where information transmitted from one neuron to another neuron. Synapse. Who concluded that nerves were of two kinds, those of sensation and those of action? Galen. Name the neuron that carries information from sensory organ to brain or spinal cord is sensory neuron or afferent neuron. Name the neuron that carries information from brain or spinal cord to effector organs is motor neuron or afferent neuron. Which nerve links together the afferent and efferent nerves? Association nerve or interneuron. Reflex actions are controlled by spinal cord. Brain is present in the hard bony box called cranium. Brain and spinal cords are covered by three layers called meningeus layers. The space between the inner layers of meninges is filled with fluid called CSF, cerebrospinal fluid. Grey matter of brain or spinal cord is made up of cell bodies of nerve cells and capillaries. White matter of brain or spinal cord is made up of myelinated axons. Axons which do not have myelin sheath are called non-myelinated fibers. Which part of the brain responsible for sense of smell? Olfactory lobes. Which is the largest part of the brain? Cerebrum. Cerebrum has two lobes called cerebral hemispheres. What is the approximate weight of the brain? About 1400 grams. 1375 grams in males, 1275 grams in females. The weight of the brain in the total weight of the body is about 2%. Brain weight is only 2% of body weight, but it consumes dash percent of total oxygen. 20%. Name the elevations and depressions of the surface of the cerebrum. Elevations are gyri, depressions are sulci. Which part of the brain is site of mental abilities, thinking, reasoning, memory, speech, emotions, etc.? Cerebrum. Name the part that lies between cerebrum and midbrain. Diencephalon. Which part of the brain is center for water balance, blood pressure, body temperature, sleep, anger and hunger? Diencephalon. Which part of the brain is located below the cerebrum and above medulla oblongata? Cerebellum. Which part of the brain maintains posture, equilibrium and muscle tone? Cerebellum. Which part of the brain is center for cardiac, respiratory and vasomotor activities? Medulla oblongata. Which part of the brain coordinates reflexes like swallowing, coughing, sneezing and vomiting? Medulla oblongata. Involuntary activities like heartbeat, respiration, etc. are controlled by medulla oblongata and autonomous nervous system. Who stated that the spinal cord was not simply a trunk road for instructions from the brain, but might be a control center in its own right? Leonardo da Vinci and Stephen Hales. Nerve transmission from stimulus to response can occur at maximum speed of about 100 meters per second. The autonomous nervous system has two parts. What are they? Sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. The chain of ganglia on either sides of vertebral column and associated nerves together to form sympathetic nervous system. The nerves arising from the ganglia of the brain and the posterior part of spinal cord together to form parasympathetic nervous system. Which organ of nervous system is not involved in reflex actions? Brain. Which organ of nervous system is involved in reflex actions? Spinal cord. Who discovered the islets of Langerhans in pancreas? Paul Langerhans. Who extracted the insulin from duct's pancreas? Banting, Best and McLeod. The chemical substances that secreted by endocrine glands are called hormones. The term hormone is first coined by Starling. In Latin, insula means or islet stands for islands. In Greek, hormo means to impel. Endocrine glands do not have ducts, hence they are called as, or another name of endocrine glands is ductless glands. Give examples for endocrine glands. Pituitary gland, thyroid gland, pancreas, adrenal gland, ovary and testes. Give examples for exocrine glands. Salivary glands, liver, pancreas, etc. Which gland acts as both endocrine and exocrine gland, or which is the mixed gland in our body? Pancreas. Which gland is related to the disease diabetes? Pancreas. The neurons in the spinal cord that process the information and generate responses are association nerves or interneurons. Which is the master gland? Pituitary gland. What is the location of pituitary gland? Floor of brain. Which hormone regulates the growth of the body? Somatotropin, secreted by pituitary gland. Which hormone regulates 28 days menstrual cycle in females? Estrogen. Which endocrine gland is located in the neck? Thyroid gland. Which hormone regulates general growth rate and metabolic activities? Thyroxine hormone. What are the functions of follicle stimulating hormone? In males, spermatogenesis. In females, growth of Graafian follicles and milk production. Which is the male sex hormone, or the hormone that's secreted by testes is testosterone. Which glands are attached to kidneys? Adrenal glands. Which is the fight or flight hormone, Or name the hormone that's secreted by adrenal glands. Adrenaline. Which hormone is released in the body at the time of anger or fear? Adrenaline. Which hormones are secreted by pancreas? Or which hormones regulates the sugar levels in the blood? Insulin and glucagon. Which hormone deficiency leads to diabetes? Insulin. The hormones present in the plants are called phytohormones. Phyto means plant. Give examples for phytohormones. Auxins, cytokinins, gibberellins, abscisic acid and ethylene. The first phytohormone discovered in plants is AUXIN. Which phytohormone helps in the prevention of loss of water? Or the phytohormone which is responsible for closing of stomata is abscisic acid. Which phytohormone promotes cell elongation and differentiation of shoots and roots? Auxins. Which phytohormone promotes cell division and sprouting of lateral buds? Cytokinin. Which phytohormone promotes seed dormancy and which hormone breaks the seed dormancy? Abscisic acid promotes the seed dormancy. Gibberellins breaks the seed dormancy. Which phytohormone promotes opening of stomata and which hormone promotes closing of stomata? Cytokinin promotes opening of stomata while abscisic acid promotes closing of stomata. Ripening of fruits is promoted by ethylene. Which phytohormone promotes aging of leaves and which hormone delay the aging of leaves? Abscisic acid promotes aging of leaves while cytokinin delay the aging of leaves. The first phytohormone AUXIN is discovered by F.W. Wendt. Name the plants used by F.W. Wendt in his experiments. Oats. Greek word AUXIN means to increase. Directional movements in plants in response to specific stimuli like light, chemicals, etc. are called tropic movements. The movements in which direction of response is not determined by the direction of stimuli are called gnostic movements. Growing of shoots towards sunlight is called phototropism. Who performed experiments on phototropism? Charles Darwin and his son Francis Darwin. Growing of roots towards the soil is called geotropism. Growing of tendrils towards support and wind around them is called thigmotropism. Butterflies fluttering on flowers for nectar is an example for, or pollen grains produce pollen tubes for fertilization is an example for. Chemotropism. Growing of roots towards water availability is called hydrotropism. Nastic movements are seen in touch me not plant or Mimosa pudica. Okay, children, study well, grow well, be a good citizen and proud to be an Indian. Thank you.